Tired of smears, streaks, and those mystery sticky spots that show up right after you put the mop away? Today, the 7 best sponge mops get battle-tested so you can pick the one that actually leaves floors clean and dries fast without the sore wrists. 7. Masthome Sponge Mop. First impression? Light, straightforward, and built around a classic PVA roller that gets the job done with minimal fuss. The handle extends to around 130 centimeters, and being stainless steel with durable plastics, it feels stable when you're pushing into grout lines or along baseboards. The brand package typically includes multiple absorbent refills, which matters because PVA lasts a while but still needs swapping after heavy use. On the first pass across tile, absorption is solid and the roller wringer squeezes water out cleanly enough that you're not leaving puddles at the far wall. Here's the rub. The wringing mechanism is fine, but it's not the most efficient of the bunch, so you might need an extra pull to fully compress the sponge when it's saturated. Also, while the long reach is nice, the head doesn't articulate as fluidly as some modern designs, which you feel when navigating tight bathroom corners. If your floors are mostly open spaces, kitchen, hallway, entry, the Masthome starts to shine because long strokes stay consistent and drip control is decent. The refill availability is a comfort. You won't be hunting obscure sizes to keep it running, which is a practical win. On laminated floors, the mop leaves a faint dampness that evaporates quickly, but if you rush the wring, you'll notice a little streaking until the final pass. The handle grip is easy to hold, though the leverage while squeezing would benefit from a slightly longer pull arc. 6.0 DUDTOPVA Sponge Mops. This one brings a 60-inch handle and a generous PVA sponge head, which immediately helps with reach and coverage. The appeal is obvious. Fewer trips back to the bucket because the sponge absorbs a ton and the long handle keeps posture comfortable. In use, the larger PVA footprint glides across tile and concrete garage floors, picking up gritty residue without choking after a single pass. The self-wringing squeeze bar works without having to touch the sponge, so hands stay clean and dry. Now, the caveat. With the longer handle, you can get a bit of flex at full extension, which reduces pressure when you're trying to scrub stubborn scuffs near thresholds. The wide head is a blessing in open rooms, but feels clumsy around toilets or under toe kicks, where a slimmer or more articulated head would be faster. Also, heavier saturation demands a thorough squeeze, or you'll leave a thin water trail that dries unevenly on shiny tile. When dialed in, though, it's a quick cleaner for big rooms, mudrooms, and utility spaces. For households with frequent spills, pets, kids, or who knocked over the planter again, it's a solid workhorse. You'll appreciate the reach, but you may wish for a slightly stiffer midsection in the handle for power scrubbing. Think of it as a wide-angle mop with strong absorption that needs a touch of finesse to avoid minor streaks in tight quarters.
5. Yocada Sponge Mop. Let me explain why this one jumps the list. Versatility and control. The Yocada ships with 2 sponge heads and an adjustable iron pole that runs roughly 42.5 to 52 inches, which suits multiple users and spaces. The honeycomb sponge design is reliably absorbent and dries faster than older foam styles, which means fewer wet footprints after you've finished mopping. The attached water squeegee edge is surprisingly useful for pushing excess water toward a drain or corralling a mid-kitchen spill before the sponge finishes the job. In hand, the telescopic handle is steady, and the compact head slips into tight bathroom corners without drama. On tile and sealed stone, the mop picks up grime efficiently, and the ring mechanism clears the sponge quickly so your second pass is genuinely cleaner. The 2 included heads keep maintenance simple. Swap when the pores clog, and you're back to prime absorption in minutes. Commercial-leaning durability gives it an edge for entryways and busier kitchens where dirt load is higher. If you mop frequently, the balanced weight prevents wrist fatigue, and the squeegee doubles as a quick window or shower glass assist in a pinch. It's not the widest swath per pass, but the precision more than makes up for it in real homes. Value lands strong because of the included refills and the adaptable handle.
4. MASTERTOP Sponge Mop for floor cleaning. This is where the self-squeeze systems get satisfying. The MASTERTOP includes 3 PVA sponge heads and a roughly 51-inch handle, making it ready for long-term use out of the box. The self-wringing mechanism keeps hands dry, and the handle ergonomics help apply steady pressure without feeling top-heavy. On tile, marble, laminate, and bamboo, the mop maintains even contact so you're not chasing dry patches along the edges. What stands out is the consistency of the squeeze. Pull, compress, and the sponge releases water predictably, which means fewer streaks and faster drying. The swap-in refills click into place easily, so maintenance is quick between rooms. If you're cleaning a mix of bathroom tile and living room laminate, the MASTERTOP adapts without feeling like you need a different tool for each surface. It strikes a nice balance between coverage and maneuverability for everyday cleaning rhythms. Heavier spills still want a double ring, but the PVA density here holds shape well after repeated use. The handle length feels right for most users, reducing the bend and push posture that tires out your back. With 3 heads in the box, it's an easy step-up buy for anyone done with flimsy twist mops. 3. Nolopau Sponge Mop with Self-Squeeze Feature. The Nolopau goes all in on convenience. Stainless steel handle, self-squeeze lever, and 3 PVA refills to keep you rolling. The adjustable handle gives comfortable range, and the head geometry makes edge cleanup along baseboards smooth. The self-squeeze mechanism is quick, controlled, and, oddly satisfying when you see cloudy water press out clean. For homes with mixed floors, it transitions from bathroom tile to laminate to vinyl without grabbing or chatter. Absorption is strong enough to handle a small spilled bowl of water in one pass, and after a solid ring, the floor dries evenly. The stainless pole adds a premium feel and keeps flex under control, so scrubbing heel marks takes fewer passes. With 3 refills included, maintenance costs stay down, and you can dedicate a head to bathrooms and another to kitchens for hygiene. The head size balances speed and precision, which makes it easy to like day to day. If there's a net, it's that PVA always benefits from a brief soak before the first swipe, and Nolopau is no exception. But once hydrated, it's a glide. The self-squeeze hardware feels durable and aligned, which builds confidence over time. In short, a polished, user-friendly cleaner with thoughtful accessories. Number 2. KalTell Sponge Mops. Cellulose fans, this one is for you. KalTell pairs a heavy-duty roller frame with 2 cellulose refill heads and a long handle around the mid-50-inch range aimed at hardwood, tile, concrete, and bathroom duty. Cellulose has that classic thirsty feel, grabbing fine dust and film in a way synthetic foams sometimes miss. The roller ring action runs smooth, squeezing the sponge evenly so you're not leaving one side soggier than the other. On concrete and tile, the mop pulls up muddy residue without smearing, and on sealed wood, the dampness is controlled enough to avoid swelling concerns. The refills are standard format, which helps with long-term sourcing and keeps costs predictable. With a 55-ish handle class, you get good leverage for scrubbing while keeping posture upright, which you notice after a whole house clean. It's an honest, capable design that rewards steady technique with streak-free floors. Because cellulose pores can load up, the included second head is handy. Swap mid-session for that fresh sponge efficiency. The roller hardware feels sturdy enough for weekly cleaning and the occasional big mess. If you appreciate classic mop feel with modern ring consistency, KalTell nails the brief. 1. Eyliden Sponge Mop. The winner blends absorption, speed, and pure ease of use. Eyliden's honeycomb sponge head is highly porous, which means it soaks quickly, wrings clean, and dries faster than dense foams. The self-wringing roller is intuitive. pull up, compress, and you watch grime exit the sponge instead of redistributing on the next pass. On tile, vinyl, wood, marble, laminate, and more, it stays smooth and leaves a uniformly clean surface without haze. The kit includes 2 absorbent heads, stretching value and letting you rotate heads between rooms for better hygiene. The form factor is compact enough for apartments and RVs, but still covers ground fast in a family kitchen. Users consistently highlight sturdiness and quality, which tracks with the way the head keeps shape after many cycles. Practical touches like the breathable sponge structure make day of cleaning more predictable because it doesn't stay soggy. Here's what matters. The Eyliden delivers that, this is actually clean look on the second pass, not the 5th, which is why it tops this list. The honeycomb pour design pulls debris out of grout lines and then releases it during the wring instead of hanging on to it. For a go-to house mop that feels dialed in out of the box, it's the easiest recommendation here. Final take. That's all for today, folks.